Welcome so much to everyone for the groundbreaking of the new Southern K-8 Academy. We are excited to have you here. In the interest of the heat and also being respectful of everyone's time, we're going to get started. I also want to make sure that everyone adheres to the 2-minute time limit that we have, just so that we can move forward and proceed as quickly as possible. Finally, we will follow the agenda as written, and Principal Corprew will kick us off with the welcome to Potomac Landing, followed by the student speaker from Potomac Landing, and then Principal Covington will come up and give us a welcome from Isaac Gordeen. Thanks to everybody so much. Thank you.
All right, I'm a little short, but good morning, good morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. That's what I do with my staff in the first day of school. We do the whole welcome, welcome, welcome chant. So good morning again. I am Kimberly Corprew, the proud principal of Potomac Landing Elementary. Yes. A wonderful place to work and to learn. So thank you all so much for coming out to this wonderful, groundbreaking ceremony for the new Southern K-8 Academy. Yes. So I share the excitement of my staff and my students about the plans for this state-of-the-art new school building that's coming to light. Since becoming the principal of this amazing school, I have had the keen focus on increasing the capacity around technology integration with my teachers. So before the pandemic hit, Potomac Landing was being outfitted to become a one-to-one device school. This means that my students in grades 2 through 6 already had Chromebooks assigned to them. Many teachers were already using Google Classrooms and other platforms to engage the students in learning. The pandemic just fast-tracked us all into the technology world, but we were already ahead of the curve. This new state-of-the-art school will have the high-efficiency infrastructure we don't have in this school because of the concrete walls and the lack of windows within our inner core. Our students will be able to have hands-on learning in actual science labs in both elementary and middle school. That's huge for us. This is going to expose them to opportunities far beyond the classroom. Potomac Landing, we're not just about preparing our students for the world of STEM, but also for the world of STEAM. We have created an amazing cultural arts program that has outgrown our space and capabilities within our current building. I'm so appreciative that the designers of the new school took the time to ask me and my team what spaces were important to Potomac Landing in the new building. I am thrilled to know that the new K-8 Academy will have a double-sided stage as well as music and dance rooms for our students to put on noteworthy performances and showcase their talents. So, ladies and gentlemen, it has truly been an uphill battle, as you can hear. But when it comes to the overall benefits of the new state-of-the-art school and the things it will bring to our children, I wholeheartedly believe it is worth the climb. Thank you all for your commitment to the children of Fort Washington, for valuing the input of the educators who work day to day with the students, and for coming here today to celebrate the forward movement of building the new Southern K-8 Academy. Thank you again.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Here's your thing.
Good morning. My name is Christopher Robinson, and I'm a fifth grade student at Potomac Landing. I am very excited about the new school being built. I believe the new school will provide outstanding science, technology, and math to the new students to give them a good foundation that they need so they can have the skills to do anything when they grow up. Our
A new school.
Our new school will be large enough so that our outstanding performing arts program can have all the space they need to give all our talented students the opportunity they need to express themselves. I will be very happy to attend the new Potomac Landing School in August 2023.
Good morning. I am Leatrice Covington, the very proud principal of Isaac Gordeen Middle School, and I would like to welcome you all to our Southern K-8 groundbreaking ceremony. On this very special occasion, I would like to thank our CEO, Dr. Monica Goldson, for her vision, creativity, and determination in making this and 5 other new schools a reality. I would also like to salute our county executive, Angela Alsobrooks, our Board of Education, our county council, and members of the Prince George's County General Assembly for making education a #1 priority. I would also like to thank Principal Corporal for your leadership and commitment to our students. I have been an educator for the Prince George's County for over 30 years and principal at Isaac Gordeen for the last 18. I cannot tell you how happy I am that the community I have served will become the beneficiary of a state-of-the-art school. As you are aware, our school was named after the county councilman, Isaac Gordeen, a man who certainly recognized the importance of a quality education for all of our children. As I think about the history of Isaac Gordeen Middle School, a school that was built over 50 years ago, I cannot help but remember what the Supreme Court highlighted in the Brown versus Board of Education decision. This decision stated that facilities and resources matter to the educational experience, psyche, and self-esteem of our children. A quality education is only what our scholars deserve. I am excited that the future scholars that would have attended Isaac Gordeen will benefit from the many opportunities that the K-8 school will provide. Thank you. Now I would like to introduce one of our super scholars at Isaac Gordeen, an amazing young lady who, trust me, will one day be a leader of this country. Please join me in welcoming Miss Margot Hunter.
Good morning. Thank you for inviting me to participate in this special groundbreaking ceremony. My name is Margot Hunter. I am a rising 7th grader at Isaac J. Gordeen Middle School. As I reflect on my first year in middle school and the support I received from my teachers and the support staff, I am so excited to potentially finish my middle school journey in a brand new facility. A new K-8 grade school will be helpful for students for an easier transition from elementary to middle school. The community will have a new resource to build our new scholars' knowledge. Having a brand new school can be beneficial for the community as it brings fresh, new, eager minds ready to learn, new classrooms, new outdoor space, and many more benefits. Today, we are not only celebrating a place to grow and learn, we are celebrating a place that we can grow together, equipped with new technology, especially in the field of STEAM. This allows us to expand the students' knowledge and compete with other students across the nation. This K-8 grade school also means siblings can go to school together longer. Personally, what it means is I will be able to go to the same school as my little sister, who will be going into kindergarten, as I will be going into 8th grade. I'm looking forward to the wonderful things that this school will bring to my community of Fort Washington, Maryland. Again, thank you. I could not be more excited for what's to come.
Good morning. Like my sister from Isaac Gordeen, I'm going to pick this mic up this morning and speak well into this mic so you can hear me loud and clear. Good morning. My name is Brandy McDonald. I am the project executive for Prince George's County County Education and Community Partners, also known as PGC ECP. The equity partners in this momentous project, I bring greetings on behalf of one of the partnering entities of PGC ECP, Fingate Asset Management. At Fingate, we are a leading investor and trusted developer to over 40 infrastructure projects across North America with a portfolio value of over $15 billion. While we have been a valued member of the infrastructure community in Canada since 2006, we are rapidly expanding our work in the U.S. infrastructure market with several key projects, and we look forward to developing more schools and more infrastructure assets for thriving jurisdictions like Prince George's County, Maryland. We are excited to be a part of this long-awaited day, a milestone that is truly the first of its kind here in the U.S. And we are incredibly thankful to be one of the many partners that are part of the collaboration planning efforts that have brought this historical project to fruition. We are also so proud to be a part of the project's $1 million endowed fund supporting scholarships, student internships, mentoring opportunities, and apprenticeships across the county. When this project is complete, the Fort Washington community will not only have a beautiful state-of-the-art project or school for its students and educators, but it will also be one step closer to helping Prince George's County's economic development goals. I would like to take the time to those who have helped us reach this milestone, for without your personal investment in the project, we would not be here. First, I would like to thank Prince George's County Executive, Angela Alsobrooks, the Prince George County Council, Prince George County School Board, Dr. Monica Goldson, Prince George's County Public Schools Chief Executive Officer, the PGCPS executive team, and our key partner from PGCPS and my counterpart in this project, Mr. Jason Washington, Director for the PGCPS Public-Private Partnership Program. Thank you for believing in us and choosing the PGC ECP team to take on this historical project. We are honored to be serving the Prince George's County community and look forward to the continued development of this long-term relationship. To our key partners in this project, Gilbane Development, Gilbane Building Company, Stantec, Coordinate Construction, Warren Builds, Arrail Architects, Honeywell, and a whole host of subcontracting partners, thank you for your dedication and hard work to the development of this project. We are a team of professionals who take this project and our partnership with PGCPS to heart. We look forward to working with you to deliver this beautiful new school for our future leaders of tomorrow. And finally, to our clients who believed in this project to invest in such a historical event here in the U.S., we are grateful for the trust you have placed in Fingate, our investment approach, and our projects. Thank you so much, and we're glad to be in the number. And now I will introduce our glorious leader, Dr. Monica Goldson. I'm gonna hold it too. Okay.
Thank you. Good morning. Thank you all for joining us today. To grasp the magnitude of this moment, you have to view school buildings through a child's eyes. Conditions like overcrowding, lack of technological capacity, no outdoor classroom space. Those are day-to-day experiences in the lives of our children with very real opportunity cost. During one of our virtual town hall calls last year around the P3 program, a high school student, Roland Polite, described what it was like attending his aging middle school before going to a brand new Oxon Hill High School. He spoke with such heart about what he experienced. And I am proud to represent over 132,000 students and children like Chris and Margot, who will one day have the opportunity to be in state-of-the-art facilities. We want what's right for our children. School construction in Prince George's County has been slow. Yet our children, teachers, families, and communities have paid a heavy price for decades due to short-sighted decisions. We are seizing this moment of opportunity because we must. We cannot wait any longer. Our children should not have to wait this long. When this new school opens in 2023, our students will walk into an engaging, inspiring, and modernized learning environment. This should be the expectation for every child, regardless. And I know that your presence here today signals your commitment to this goal. I am also proud that the Blueprint Schools program has received a prestigious international award as one of the best education infrastructure deals in North America. I have no doubt that other school systems in Maryland and across the nation will look at Prince George's County with admiration and inspiration for moving one step closer to ensuring that every child achieves their highest potential in a modern school building. None of this would be possible without our village, the village of our House delegation, our Senate delegation, our county council, our Board of Education, and our community members. And of course, without our county executive, who is a strong advocate for children above and beyond, well beyond office hours, who does it when no one's looking, who doesn't need to do it when anyone is looking because it truly comes from her heart. And now it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you that amazing woman, our county executive, Angela Also Brooks. Twins today. We're going to take them down.
Good morning, everyone. I am proud to be here with all of you this morning, and I think Dr. Goldson said it well and really doesn't need to be repeated. But let me just tell you something. Every now and then, you got to press a blessing. Does anybody agree with me on that? Every now and then, you can't take no, wait, let's do it tomorrow, not in my neighborhood. Every now and then, we got to say now. This is these children. Margot, this is for you. And this is about our children, about the priority that we have set that said the education of our children comes behind nothing. Nothing behind our children's education, we understand, is the great equalizer in this country. And today, I want everybody who's listening to hear that we will educate our children. We will invest in our children. Our children's future will not wait. It's today, it's now, it's been long enough, it's been decades. No more today, not tomorrow, not the day after that, not the week after that, now. And so I'm proud for every person who is assembled today, standing with our children, standing with their teachers, standing with all of those who pour into them day in and day out. Thank you so much to our principal of this beautiful school. Thank you so much to the chair of our council, who you're going to hear from, the people's champion. He has his hard hat on because he's already ready for action. We didn't have to go any further in the program for him. I want to thank Senator Patterson. Thank you so much, sir, for being here. Delegate Verona Turner, thank you so much. Councilmember Sidney Harrison, thank you so much. And I'm going to miss some folks. I see also we're going to be hearing from our school board. Our chair is not here, but Sonia Williams, vice chair, thank you so much for being here. And there are so many others. I know you've heard from Jason Washington, a bad man who's been representing us all along the way. And I'm going to miss some folks. Brandy McDonald, just thank everyone who's had anything to do with moving us forward. We thank you so much. The two schools that we're talking about in this instance were built in 1977 and 1969. We know a few things about our school system, but we know that, for example, Prince George's County has the second oldest schools in the state of Maryland, that over 40% of our schools are 60 years old or older. We also happen to know that Prince George's County educates the largest share of disabled students in the state, the largest share of students who speak English as a second language, and the largest share of disadvantaged children and impoverished children. Their future won't wait. This is what we know, and so we must respond by making the kind of investment that not only speaks to our children, but also speaks to our confidence in Prince George's County. It really travels far beyond the school and says that we want businesses to invest here. This is a safe place for you to invest. Bring your business here. Bring your restaurant here. What it says is that we are creating a workforce for the future, and it starts today. It also creates for us, and I know Councilmember Mel Franklin, who almost missed, will love this piece. We're also investing in small, local, and minority businesses as a part of this. And so this really, Susie Proctor, thank you so much, delegate who is here. This is also saying, this is sending to anyone who's watching, the narrative is we're ready, we're moving forward, we're building, we have confidence in our community. And so again, I know there are concerns. I don't want to minimize the fact that there are concerns. We're going to address those concerns. People are right to say we should be concerned about climate change. We should make adjustments to make sure we don't harm anybody's property. We would never do this. We have listened, we have made adjustments to make sure that the infrastructure we're building is going to protect those who are concerned. But again, the thing we say is we have waited decades and we're done waiting. So thank you all so much for being here. God bless all of you, and may God continue to bless Prince George's County. Thank you. I would be remiss. I almost sat down. They done got me so pumped up today when I showed up out here. But I want to introduce to you someone who needs no introduction, who worked so hard in Annapolis along with this entire dynamic team that we have sent to Annapolis. And I want to just tell you really quickly about Senator Patterson. I won't tell all the particulars, but there was recently a fight in Annapolis, and I called Senator Patterson. It was on the eve of sine die. And I said, Senator, they don't treat Prince George's County fairly, and we're sick of it. And let me tell you, when Senator Patterson got on the floor, they told me they almost had to restrain him. And they voted in the way that we needed them to do what was fair for Prince George. They said people had to come running across the room to contain Senator Patterson because he was fighting so hard for Prince George's County. So we thank you so much, sir, for your leadership. Would you please come up to the podium at this time? Thank you, sir.
Good morning. How's everyone? First of all, let me thank all of you for coming out this morning. Hopefully we can get through this part of the program before it gets too extremely hot. I understand it's going to be close to 95 and 96. So let me just quickly get through my comments and say what I have to say and take my seat. But before I do, let me give thanks to our county executive, Angela Alsabrook, our county council members, our school system CEO, school board members, and our community at large. Your vision and willingness to think a bit out the box is a testament that you are making the P3 program a top priority. I believe we must seize the moment. I will casually mention that there are some concerns related to the environment. Records will show that in this area, we have had some hard hits relative to environmental conditions. However, I believe that the P3 plan may allow for some upgrades in this particular area. And I am optimistic enough to believe that by working together, we can get it done. Let us not forget that we are all one Prince George's County, seeking the very best for all the residents, knowing that we are stronger when we stand together. We can do this. We cannot fail. Our students are dependent on us, and therefore we must depend on each other to get the job done. So with that, I do want to recognize another key member of the 26th legislative team, Delegate Veronica Turner, who we introduced a few minutes ago. Angela Jones hails from my Central Committee. I think she's in the house. Okay, she's here. If any other member that sneaked in from the 26th, we just take all of you since you're down here in the 26th, all right? We're going to claim you today. But again, thank all of you for your support, your prayers, and all those things that help us out in Annapolis to get through the work that we have to do. And finally, let me just say this was a very mean-spirited, tough legislative session. But I believe if you look at the record, you will see that in spite of all of that, we were able to push through some very key pieces of legislation that will forever enhance the lives of all Prince Georgians. Delegate Sue Pockler, she hails just down the street, but we're going to change her. We're going to claim her today as well. All right. Oh, you're going to be speaking. You take care. With that, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and let's get the ball going. Let's build the school. We need it. It's long overdue. Thank you very much.
I'm gonna just hit this and move out of y'all way.
I think so. I think you know what you did.
The Bill of Rights give every citizen of America the freedom to protest, the freedom to petition, the freedom of speech. That's a right. But to those who would protest, you say you're not protesting the school, but the flooding issues. You have that right, but you also have a responsibility to the kids. County executive said the last two schools, 1969, 1977, this young man, Sidney Harrison, a council member, went to Potomac Landing. So what does that tell you? And to those elected officials who will let showmanship get in the way of leadership. All right. We understand, but you have to look in the mirror and see that person. Prince George's County, with the state delegation we have, with the county executive we have, with the CEO of the schools we have, along with those school board members who are trying to do the right thing, I say to all of you, we're about the business of building schools for our kids. Having grown up in Glass Manor, County Executive, I had to go back this morning. As I said a couple of days ago, I visited Forest Heights Elementary School, but I went to Glass Manor this morning because I know what we're doing. There will be 6 new schools that give our students the opportunity to dream dreams and become all that they can be because they have the state-of-the-art resources. I'm not afraid to lead. I'm out here because I believe in our kids. And those elected officials, I say again, that hide behind showmanship, Prince George's County needs leadership.
Amen. Preach that. It's quite unusual for me to be the calming force, but I think that Brother Chairman Hawkins has already articulated what needed to be articulated with regard to why we're here. I think your county executive and your school superintendent, CEO, whatever we call it this month, need a rousing round of applause from all of you. And as you clap, I want you to remember that nothing worth having is easy to get, right? And that it's the work of the many to ensure the future for our children that drowns out the noise of the few. Our hands have been in this pot stirring for many years. You heard from the county executive about Mr. Patterson. Senator Patterson is now Senator Patterson and been that since 2018. But in 2016, when we started this process in earnest, and in 2013, when we got very upset, I was going to use another pejorative, but very upset that Baltimore City received a certain amount of funding to begin a project very similar to this, we went to work. He was a council member then. We are thankful and pleased, 26th Legislative District, lift Senator Patterson and Delegate Veronica Turner up right now with a big round of applause. Because without collective work ethic, the collective work effort of the state of Maryland, the Prince George's County Council and County Executive, we call it the governing body, and your Board of Education, we wouldn't be celebrating the groundbreaking of 6 schools from the top of the county to the bottom of the county. We would still be complaining about an $8.5 billion backlog that stopped us from educating our children in 21st century learning centers. We are here celebrating the opportunity to put tax dollars to work in an exponential fashion and deliver something for our children right now. And if you ain't happy about that, yell about something else. It is that simple. This work is difficult, and do not look for pats on the back, because ultimately, if it isn't one thing, it'll be another. But you know what? If you talk about education and public safety, you should be about education and public safety. And that's why we are here. And I'm going to keep the calming measure going, because I believe my colleagues, we're here for it deep today. Just to let you know, and I think my chair said this Monday at the other groundbreaking, but with 6 votes of the county council, you can change Sunday to Monday. So you better understand that the other that here, that make up the votes to make sure that we do good for the people of Prince George's, they just waiting in the back. That's the reality of change, because we are about leadership. Showmanship, we did that when we were young. When you grow up, you have responsibility, and our children are the first one. And so I'm going to turn the mic over to Councilmember Harrison from District 9, just next door, who was a matriculant of this beautiful elementary school so many years ago. Now, y'all watch out, because I think he's practicing to be a preacher.
Thank you. Thank you, Brother Davis. I truly, this is one of my mentors on the county council, okay? Let me just first off and say good morning to everyone. I really, truly appreciate to see you all out here that are committed to making sure that this school gets built right here in South County. And when we talk about equity, you know, for many years, I always heard the voices of, when are we going to get a new school in South County? When are we going to get a 21st century state-of-the-art education learning environment in South County? And we've seen the success of other schools in the South County with Accokeek Academy. And so we've already set the standard here, right? And as a young man in 1985, listening with my Walkman, listening to Michael Jackson Thriller, as I walked through those woods right there to come to school, to see my teacher, Miss Garrison, to see my principal, Patricia Miller, Dr. Miller, you start to see the importance that education has in our children's life. I can remember every teacher that has created a positive impact in my life. And so this is what this is about. It takes a village to raise a child. And then when you hear Brother Davis talk about leadership, I think all of us can agree that leadership is truly about the sacrificial attributes of love. And that we are all responsible to utilize our God-given gifts and talents to serve others. And that's what we're doing. We're creating an environment where dreams and love and education can flourish for our families and our children right here in South County. And so I am elated that we are getting a new school right here in South County. And I want to thank my school board member, Sonia Williams, for her leadership over the last 10 years, fighting for South County to make sure that this day happened. And I want to thank Dr. Miller for your leadership on the school board. We really, truly appreciate you, Madam Chairwoman, and Madam County Executive, thank you. Thank you for your stick-to-itiveness. Thank you for anchoring down and investing into public school education, because we are, Prince George's County, proud of you. Thank you.
Right. Yeah, good morning, everyone. I had the privilege to represent Council District 9 but before this young man right here, and now I serve as one of your 2 at-large members with my good friend, Chair, Councilmember Calvin Hawkins, and serving with Councilmember Davis, formerly served with now Senator Patterson. But let me just say this. This is Team Prince George's County. All right, this is why we're here. We have every single part of this county that it took to make this happen. When we pull together from public sector to community to business, there's nothing we can't accomplish. That's why we're first. That's why we're the innovators. No other school system in America is doing what we are doing over the next few days. And we should be proud of that. We also have to be willing to make the hard choices. In politics and in business and in government, there are rarely perfect choices. They're usually imperfect ones that we have to make to get things done. That's what this was all about. And that is going to create sometimes dissent, and that's okay, because that's also what Prince George's County is about. Having represented South County for many, many years, this feels kind of familiar, actually. I can't tell you how many times I got protested. But we cannot allow that to prevent us to take the steps forward for progress that we need to make. Because the choice of doing nothing is not an option. We are compelled by what Dr. King called the fierce urgency of now. As County Executive Brooks said, not tomorrow, not next week, now. And that's what we are doing today. God bless you all. We are one county, and we rise together. God bless you.
Good work.
Education is the great equalizer.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Sonia Williams, and I'm the Vice Chair for the Board of Education, and I represent this amazing District 9. I always say that in District 9, we rock because we do. Our scholars are amazing. And I'm here with the chair, the wonderful, amazing Dr. Miller, who took the leadership role and is here for the fight. So let's start with just praising God for being here today, giving us this opportunity to improve the educational environment for students in Prince George's County. They say education is the best tool to change the child's future, and as the elected member who represents the southern part of the county and the appointed vice chair of the Board of Education, our mission is just that, to change the future of a child. We do that by providing the best education that empowers all students to contribute to thriving communities. And accomplishing that mission not only helps our students out in the future, but it helps the economic growth for today. The cost of education in Prince George's County represents about 60% of the county's taxpayer dollars, and the state of education is one of the determining factors that businesses look when they're considering opening up shop or relocating here to Prince George's County. So let me tell you a quick story. In 1999, I had a conversation with an architect who was a national firm, and I asked them about marketing to Prince George's County. At that time, even though I lived here and my skills were used outside of the county and state, I was appalled by the response that they gave me. They said that they do not do business in Prince George's County. That just made me very sad. I was like, wait, what? I said, look, I matriculated through the school system, so we develop amazing students. And as a graduate from Prince George's County Public Schools at that time in 1999, I was in my late 20s. I was a homeowner and a new mother, a young executive, and I was unfamiliar with how the education impacts the economics, the politics, and the real estate in the community. After that, I spent many years learning about how the county functioned, and after growing in my career and doing the work in the county, I became enlightened about my beloved home, Prince George's County, Maryland. In 2014, I was tapped to take a seat on the Board of Education. I accepted that seat because of the conversation that I had with the architectural firm 15 years earlier. And as I begun my tenure on the Board of Education, I listened to our constituents in District 9, and I heard their concerns, and there were many. The two concerns that rang loud and clear was that District 9 had old schools and Accokeek Academy was overcrowded. And for several years, the staff and I, we met about how we can solve these problems, how we can solve the $8 billion ticket that was facing us for our aging schools here in Prince George's County. And in the background, our fearless strategic leader, Dr. Goldson, was not only hiring and retaining the best teachers, she was also focusing on hiring the best people to lead our departments. People like Sean Matlock from Baltimore, people like Jason Washington from Texas, both who have been entrenched in implementing this solution to put us here today. And as a result, change is happening in Prince George's County. But as you know, and as it's been stated, change is not always easy, but this outcome will be worth the effort. Today, we stand ready to break ground. We are giving birth to the new era in Prince George's County and in the southern part of the county. We also will begin to change that perception of Prince George's County nationally. Like childbirth, conceiving this idea, moving through the trimesters of this idea was not easy. There were many uncertainties and things that we didn't know, but with the help of experts like Jones Lang LaSalle, we figured out how to build 6 new schools in record time with the alternative school construction funding method. Now we're ready to give birth to this new building, and we will be solving 2 problems here in the southern part of the county, replacing an old school and dealing with the overcrowding at Accokeek. With our partners, as we push through this last bit, our partners Gil Bain and his team will be in the room to successfully deliver the new building in the southern part of the county. Studies show that the environment in which students learn impacts their ability to achieve. When our scholars walk through the doors of this new state-of-the-art school in 2023, they will have access to technology, rooms to learn that transforms as they need it, ample natural light entering the buildings, outdoor spaces to learn and explore new physical fitness activities, safety features that meets today's changing world, and much, much more. Our scholars will know how much we value them, how much we value education, and the importance that we place on the environment in which they learn. And Prince George's County will be known as a system that truly values education. So on behalf of the Board of Education, I want to thank Dr. Goldson for taking the helm and leading the school system with such grace under pressure. I want to thank Sean Matlock and the entire Capital Programs team for making this happen. Welcome aboard, Jason Washington, and thank you for taking on this effort and this challenge to implement our ACF schools. And I want to thank our county executive for your support and the funding, and also letting us borrow your experts in finance and legal to help us put together this deal. Their guidance was immeasurable. Thank you to the County Council and the delegation for Prince George's County, because without all of your support, we could not be here today. So again, I want to thank God that we're here. It's been a long journey, and let's break some ground.
If you can reach it, boy, hands up.
Good jacket.
Real small.
1, 2, 3, and now
Y'all need to count. Let's do that again. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I got it. All right. One more time. We're going to do one more time. Let me get a little bit. That's someone here. Hold it up. And 1, 2, 3. Call. There we go. There we go. All right. Yes. Thank you.